to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, my dear Earthlings. Welcome to another edition of The Connection for Better Living, or the antidote for boring radio. Our hearts go out to the people from Eastern Kentucky. What they're going through is such a nightmare. And I mean, things happen, and I wish them all the best. Although we had a flash flood here in Death Valley, huh?
Yeah.
Yesterday?
I just saw the footage of that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know that many people will actually go through this climate change thing. But the fact is that climate has been changing for years and years and years. It just goes around and around, and El Nino and La Nina and all of that type of stuff. And it's weather patterns that travel around the globe. And we actually need to do a little bit more to perhaps anticipate that it may happen. But how can you really prepare? Like in Death Valley, how can you prepare? It just happens. In Costa Rica, many years ago, a tiny little creek saw a flash flood. And it was, I mean, you could actually jump this little creek from one side to the other. And it grew so bad that it buried an entire town. I mean, there's people there from the 50 feet of mud. And so anyway, you cannot tell, but for the time being, I hope that all the help necessary to Kentucky is arriving in time, and that people rebound, okay? The green controversy continues, to electric car or to gas car. We're going to be talking about that a little bit. In golf, controversy again between the PGA and the LIV. Big money. You know, I mean, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and there's a little bit of hypocrisy from the PGA as well, but we're going to be kind of meddling into that a little bit. Went to Tijuana after 25 years absence, and I'm going to be talking about that too, because it was actually very surprising. And then Mike and I are going to be talking about the results of the steak cooking contest. It was kind of interesting. So anyway, how much time do we have? Oh, we got all day here. Mike, what have you got to say?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about the Live Golf versus PGA situation, because that's got a lot of implications. Major lawsuits are being filed. And of course, the Live Golf tournament is sponsored, all that is by the Saudi government. And, they're not the nicest regime when it comes to human rights, but it's very interesting to talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about that because it is kind of a controversial, but it's sports too. So anyway, why don't we take a little bit of a break? And when we come back, more great show. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare, and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
All right. Regarding the EV cars, electric vehicles, some people get very technical and long-winded with the EV car descriptions and all the benefits and costs and all that type of stuff. But the fact is that we all need to do our homework because these are not cheap toys. They're very expensive. And one thing is for sure, because where I live, there's several people that have electric vehicles. And where I live, because I live up at the top of a mountain and the woodsy area and whatnot, we're not allowed to have gas utilities. It's all electric. So my neighbors, and I don't know what they have, a Volt, I think it's a Volt and something else. Anyway, some Teslas there too. Everybody complains that the electrical power bill has skyrocketed. I mean, like seriously out of control. What I'm saying is that if you have the money and that's what you want, get one. The only thing is that there is not as efficient as some people like try to make us believe. What do you say?
Yeah, there is a way to offset some of those electricity costs if you do have a solar system, but then you end up having to pay for a solar system. Also, there's charging strategies where you can convert to a 240 system, and if you only charge at night, where electricity is metered cheaper, it can be a wash too. But like you said too, the way that electric cars are manufactured, but more importantly, how the batteries are manufactured and how those rare earth metals are mined. Mm-hmm. All those backward linkages are still powered by fossil fuels. And ultimately, even though we're here in green in California somewhat, we're still relying on fossil fuel, specifically natural gas, to generate the electricity to begin with.
Yeah.
And so, I think, electric cars are cool. If you've ever driven one, they're amazingly fast and it's like instant torque. But, it's not the cure-all that I think a lot of people are saying.
Yeah. No. I'm not doubting the value of the car, but I think if you have one of those, regardless of what it is, the top of the line Tesla or the lower, it doesn't matter. There is a concern if you want to take a long trip and whatnot.
Yeah, range anxiety is what it's called.
Yeah, because actually, if you turn the air conditioner on, if you turn the radio on, if you speed up, all that actually drains the battery a lot faster.
Yeah, when you see the advertisements on TV for Tesla, for a Bolt or any sort of electric car, they say 300 miles of range. Well, 300 miles of range in optimal conditions, flat ground, no AC, no radio, no accessories, with the wind at your back, then you could probably
a lot of downhill.
A lot of downhill. You have to get out, run, and push maybe, but then you'll maybe get 300. But usually, you're going to see about 220. If they say 300 in everyday driving, you're going to get about 220.
Yeah. Well, the other day that on our trip down south, I actually saw 2 cases. And I'm looking at them and I go like, this is weird. 2 Teslas, because that's the most prominent car out there now. One of the big bulky ones and a little one. But they were off the side of the road with AAA, who tows a generator, gas-powered generator, for I don't know how long they sit there and wait for it to charge a little bit, so they can get to a station or something, I guess it's the same principle as when they bring you like a gallon of gas
Yeah.
or something like that, you know. But the same token, some people, one of my neighbors actually has a small gas-powered generator in the trunk of his car. So I'm like, all right, you know. So the time will come. The time will come because right now, in reality, to mine the whatever is cobalt,
Lithium ion.
lithium,
Yeah.
and there's
Magnesium.
magnesium. Yeah, it takes I don't know how many tons of fossil fuel to mine like a huge truckload of that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
And then we don't mine that here. That's mined mostly in China.
Yeah.
And so then, it's for
68% comes from China.
Yeah, and then you got to throw it onto a container ship that's going to burn tons and tons of heavy fuel oil to get it across here, and then you have to get that onto a truck that's going to burn diesel to get it to the factory, and then you make the Tesla, and then you put the Tesla back on the flatbed truck that's burning diesel to drive it to the dealerships.
So anyway, I think the government push for electric vehicles is it's a political ploy. But I mean, listen, I'm not saying that they're wrong in doing that because I think if it was a Republican idea, they'd probably be doing the same thing. Politics are politics and all of that. I think people need to start doing their own homework more.
Yeah.
There's plenty of information out there, and many people just listen to one station and they go like, well, what they say is true. The other one lies. Do your own homework. There's really nothing wrong with doing your due diligence.
And if you want to get an electric car just solely based on performance, that's fine. I mean, they're also easier to maintain because they have far fewer moving parts than an internal combustion engine.
Yeah.
But if just a pro tip of advice out here, if you're willing to spend $150,000, $160,000 to $175,000 on a Tesla Model S, please look at the Porsche Taycan. The Porsche Taycan is a very nice electric car.
Yeah. No, right now I saw one of those in the freeway the other day. Went by. And what really drove me nuts is that I saw it in the rearview mirror coming. And I go, man, that's a nice bitchin' red car, man. The whole thing. And it went by me like, and I go, where's the Porsche roar? I mean, it made me so angry, man.
Actually, you can hear the Porsche roar on the inside of the car because what they'll do, and what they do is there's a setting in the Porsche electric car where you can have that road noise come through the stereo system to mimic an internal combustion engine. Actually, my stepbrother recently he rented just for fun an electric motorcycle, and that was a ball. Really? That was real fun because that thing is light, it's nimble, it kind of you get to kind of go where cars can't go. So I mean, I think electric motorcycles and scooters might be a future, especially in the developing world.
Yeah. All right.
Because I mean, if you travel abroad, as you have extensively, especially in Asia, I mean, the primary mode of transportation for most people is a scooter.
Scooter.
And, if you've also traveled to Southeast Asia, you also know that the air quality there is terrible.
Yeah.
And so, if they can, all those people who commute on scooters and on motorbikes can transition to clean electric, I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah. I mean, there are pluses to it. But I think that they're years and years and years away from actually being the main source of transportation. In the meantime, let's do whatever we can. Gas is going down, still higher than it was a few years ago, but it's going down. What the heck, We all need to adjust to circumstances and move forward. Don't let negativism take over your lifestyle, okay? So we'll be right back.
experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bono. Join me for Breaking Bread with Bono. Each week, I eat and drink with the most interesting friends from the worlds of showbiz, sports, and politics, and other careers, as my guests share their stories with me. It's live from the Bootlegger Italian Bistro in Las Vegas. So please tune in to Breaking Bread with Bono, Saturdays 9 a.m. Pacific, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on CRN Radio and CRNTalk.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Alrighty. It seems some organizations feel entitled to try and dictate, but do they have the juice? In the world of golf, okay, the PGA is now in a war against the new LIV organizers. Do you know what LIV stands for?
I do not know what LIV stands for.
Number 54.
Why 54?
Roman numerals 54.
Okay.
Because if every hole
is
birdied,
yeah, you shoot a 54.
You shoot a 54.
In a tournament, yeah.
Yes.
After 3 rounds.
There you go. You know what a bogey is?
That a bogey is 2 over par.
1.
1 over par.
One over par.
Double bar, double bogey. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So on.
So what other names are there?
There is the ace for a hole in one.
Hole in one.
There is an eagle, or no, there's an ace for a hole in one. There is an albatross or a double eagle, which is when you shoot a 2 on a 5. There's a birdie when you're 1 under. There's an eagle when you're 2 under. Mm-hmm. And then there's the par, bogey, double bogey, triple bogey, quad bogey.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the bogey, birdie, eagle, albatross. And what does 4 mean?
4 over?
No, 4, F-O-R-E.
Oh, watch out for the ball. It's going to come and hit you in the eye. Yeah.
You know where the word 4 came from?
No, but I'm guessing it's Scottish.
It's very Scottish, and it used to be when a ball went into the water, they would have somebody, they used to be called a 4 caddy. That was the full name. So they used to go 4, and the poor guy used to have to go get the ball out of the water, So, but now it's just a warning of. And it's funny because you're in the middle of the fairway, you hear 4, you go like, oh, where do you go? I mean, doesn't matter. Anyway, the PGA claims social abuse by Saudi Arabia for their dislike, but there is a problem with that. The PGA has many sponsors, and I don't know, about 50% of all the sponsors of the PGA are heavy-duty industries that do business in Saudi Arabia. So unless the PGA is willing to say, we don't want your money, General Motors or whatever.
KPMG, a lot of big finance companies sponsor the PGA. And if you don't think that these finance companies have any sort of money invested in Saudi Arabia and other rogue states, you're not paying attention.
Yeah. So, which way do you think this is going to go?
Well, I think that there's 2 reactions here. I think there's the first reaction is people like, I love watching golf. I love watching PGA events, tournaments. I love watching the majors, but apparently the majors will not be affected because that's like a separate thing. I think some of the controversy not only had to do with, human rights abuses by, MBS and by the Saudi regime, but also you just have, the Saudi investment fund who's got all the money in the world just come in there and buy off the players. And, their players are completely more within their right to do whatever they want for themselves and their family's future and their own personal happiness. I did see that Tiger Woods was offered $800 million to join this LIV golf tour, and he declined.
You know what the first offer was?
What?
$7 billion. And because they wanted for him to be what's the guy, the shark? What's his name?
Greg Norman.
Greg Norman is doing now.
Yeah, Greg Norman's kind of like the commissioner.
The commissioner. Okay, so they had offered that job to Tiger Woods, and he was thinking about it. But in the meantime, they figured, well, he's thinking too much, but they put Greg Norman there. And, he brought in some valid points about turning the tournament back to the people, to let the galleries come in and,
And also to enable the players to have a little bit more of an onus where they could, do side businesses and stuff like that. Because, like, for example, if you're on a PGA Tour and you're a member and, like, maybe you want to invest in an NFT or do cryptocurrency ads, you got to clear it through all the other sponsors involved, sort of cut through some of that red tape.
Yeah. What? Oh. All right, so let's take a little bit of a break. When we come back, more fun.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1,800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808. Hi, everyone. Michael Horn from MyPillow.com. Head to MyPillow.com and get in on the My Slippers special. Just $49.98 with your promo code HORN. The most comfortable slippers ever. Hurry, supplies are limited. Save $90 and get My Slippers for $49.98 with the promo code HORN. Plus, buy one, get one free pillows, and buy one towel set, get a second towel set free. Towels that really work. Save $90 on My Slippers, just $49.98, and get in on the buy one, get one free towel sets and pillows. Go to MyPillow.com and enter the promo code HORN. That's MyPillow.com, promo code HORN. Or call 800-889-6959. 800-889-6959. That's 800-889-6959.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares. First or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
Well, welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz with Orly at the super mighty CRN station, where we have programming for every listener, really. I mean, you can keep us on 24 hours a day, and you'll never be dull. After more than 25 years of not visiting across the Mexican border, I took a trip to Tijuana, and I have to say, it was surprising. Have you been?
I haven't been in many years. I was down there a lot in my late teens, early 20s for a lot of debauchery. But once I became of legal drinking age here in the United States, my necessaries to go down there wasn't really involved anymore.
You'll find it really, really changed. Old Tijuana's still there. The same
Revolution Street,
the same thing, but all the crazy bars and stuff like that, they're mostly closed. You still find restaurants and stuff like that. A little bit more modern, cleaner,
I have heard that it's kind of, I wouldn't say gentrified, but yeah, it's cleaner. It's a little bit more family friendly, and I've heard great things about the restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, most of the fine restaurants are now on the other side of the what they call the river zone, near the border. That's, I mean, tall buildings, beautiful buildings, very modern. Of course, you know, Home Depot, Costco, you know, it's all there. Staples, you know. But like for me, who hasn't been there for such a long time, it was very surprising to learn that the Hialeah closed. Now it's like a convention center, you know. I used to love going there to play frontón, you know. My daughters learned to gamble there, and they really enjoyed it because they would have these little ladies with the hats come over and take the bets, you know, and they loved that.
I went to a cockfight there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was an experience to say the least.
Yeah.
And the way that the betting was conducted was with a tennis ball with a hole cut in it. And you'd put your money in, and you'd point to the rooster you wanted to bet on. They'd throw you the ball. You'd put the money in the ball and throw it back to them.
No, I mean, the whole thing was like, you know, totally different. I used to love to go play golf there because they had one of the nicest golf courses right behind what used to be the Fiesta Americana Hotel, you know. But it was really nice. I used to love to go to traditional places like the Uruapan Carnitas place, where they had the cauldrons outside and they would be cooking the stuff there. Closed. There was a favorite restaurant for seafoods called the Costa Azul, right near the Hialeah. Closed. You know, so a lot of the stuff has gone. Right now, there's just a lot of commerce and stuff like that in the main Revolution Street and the Independence Street, I think it is, whatever. But there's been many changes. I mean, I'm going there primarily to get some medical stuff, some dentistry work, you know, while I resolved my issues with my insurance companies here because of pricing. I mean, it's actually very crazy. But
no, I mean, I remember even years ago when I would go down there semi-regularly that you'd see a lot of Americans down there to go to the pharmacies because the medications were cheaper.
Oh, my God. I mean, there's like 18 pharmacies in one block. I mean, it's like
a lot of pharmacies, a lot of places where you can buy fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks. One thing I found out, though, I've been to a couple of the supermarkets there where I used to buy booze at a very much reduced price. Now, it's not. I mean, it's almost par with how you find it here.
I think there's been some tariffs that have changed regarding the importation of especially Kahlua. Because I mean, I remember you know, in the 80s and the 90s, that anytime anybody ever went south of the border, they'd come back with a bottle of Kahlua.
Kahlua. I used to bring a brandy called San Marcos, which was very smooth, very nice. They don't make it anymore. So, you know. So there's been some changes. In the modern Tijuana, I mean, they have probably 20 stories apartment buildings, where it used to be what they used to call Cartolandia, where all the homes in the river were made of cardboard and stuff like that. That's all gone now. There's a lot of presence of cops. But not the old style cartoon type cop. No. These are like well dressed, very formal.
These aren't the kind of cops, you know, that would shake you down, because that would happen.
Right.
That if you would go down to TJ especially, and you could possibly get shaken down by the cops.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But the Mexico in general has really cleaned up their act when it comes to that public corruption.
Yes. You know. Many years ago, all the shakedowns and all of that were promoted by the chief of police in Mexico, a guy by the name of Duran.
Yeah,
you know, and
who was very close to the, and we can't say his name for legal reasons, but very close to the Mexican Minister of Defense. And if you just Google Mexico Minister of Defense, you can go on a very interesting deep dive about that gentleman.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was a young pilot, I used to fly Bing Crosby into certain parts of Baja California. And he got a lease on a property in a bluff like that, overlooking the ocean and this and that. And he built this enormous house. Now, you could not own the land, but there was like a 99-year lease or whatever it was. And I used to fly him, and Joe Gargiola was his big buddy, and to see the construction and this and that and the other. Well, the minute the house was finished, was confiscated by this guy Duran. And then a big legal battle started, man. It's like, you don't win those. Anyway, I'm pretty satisfied with the work that they're doing on my teeth. I got to tell you, very modern,
teeth
clean. I mean, like, professional. So, and cheap, too. We'll be right back.
Fred Dreyer here for the product I use and love, Balance7.com. Are you suffering with heartburn? Get relief from Balance 7. You know, most people are able to go back to eating the foods they enjoy with Balance 7. Please don't be stubborn. This really works. You're just a sip away from enjoying the foods you like. Try Balance 7 with a money-back guarantee. Are you experiencing fatigue and brain fog? So many people complain that in the afternoon, their energy seems to disappear and the brain becomes foggy. Balance 7 neutralizes the acids in your body. This aids your digestion. The energy from food is more effective, and afternoon brain fog fades away. Balance 7 is the answer. Go to balance7.com or call 800-793-9039. That's 800-793-9039. Mention the code word FRED and get $10 off your order. Call 800-793-9039 and mention the code word FRED. Get heartburn relief and more with my favorite, balance7.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
All right. Well, Michelle, the steak throwdown. To date, I have received quite a number of emails, but there's something that it's hard for me to understand. I posted a number of questions on the website with all the instructions, the whole thing. It cannot be any easier, you know? But I'm kind of wondering, I mean, the prices are there. The set of knives is actually a fantastic set of knives, really. But for somehow, I feel that maybe people are a little bit jaded about the giveaways, or
this isn't a scam, folks. This is all above board. We're not asking for any money. We're not, going to sell your email addresses or anything like that. This is just a little friendly contest. Yeah. And so, reach out.
Yeah, I mean, I like that, because a lot of people think that we're going to be bugging them about one thing or another, donations or something like that. No. Lifestyle Buzz is all about promoting fun and having a good time, and for people to participate with us in the program. I mean, that's it. I mean, because we're planning other events anyway. I don't know if we just should like start fresh with different questions, or should we just kind of look at the questions to see if there's a validity to them, or if there's a degree of difficulty or that I've missed or something. I'm going to read the question, but let's not give the answers. We know the answers.
Okay, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Mike described the best method to cook fajitas. What was the method, and what was his favorite tool to cook the meal?
Okay, so go on. I'm not going to answer this question, right?
Right.
So go to Orlando's website.
Yeah.
And watch the video. Answer the question, and you might get a set of steak knives.
And I mean, it's a simple question. Orlando chose to dry age his steaks. How did he go about it, and what was the result? Again, it's all there in the programming, in the show. So there is really no mystery. Both Mike and this is one where a lot of people kind of, it's kind of a tricky question. You'll know why. Both Mike used special ingredients. What was the main difference between each, and what was the expected result? You and I know exactly what we talked about. But again, all they have to do is listen to your description of what it was, and that's it.
So
anyway,
go to lifestylebuzz.today. That's www.lifestylebuzz.today. And the video is posted there, and give it a watch.
Yeah, I mean, all they have to do is click at YouTube. The whole show is there, and that's it. So anyway, all the questions are easy like that. I was thinking about maybe some people came close. Some people, I mean, like nobody answered all of them, but they answered like 2 or 3, whatever. The thing that though is like nobody's really told me if they won the. I can notify them on email.
Yeah, so you can reach out and go to the website lifestylebuzz.today, watch the video, and then respond to the email at orly@lifestylebuzz.today, and all that information will be on the screen if you're watching the video as well on YouTube.
Yeah.
And just submit the answers to that email address, or maybe even the comments of the YouTube video itself.
Yeah.
Make sure to leave a place where you can contact you, an email address. I mean, if you want to make a burner email because you're worried that we're going to spam you, which we will not, but it's fine. And, answer the questions and claim your prize.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, I understand the apprehension of people giving information, but we're not asking for anything that if you send me an email, you already made contact with me. So just answer the questions. If they're there, we're going to tell you, hey, Flotin, you got it, boom, boom. Where do I send the knives? And the surprise gift. That's it, There's no trickery of any kind. There's no anything. I did ask, one of the questions that I did ask was, if we do another one of these programs, would you be willing to participate? Maybe give us your recipes or cook your own or whatever, because I want to make Lifestyle Buzz interactive with the audience, okay? That way, when we plan a little trip up the coast or something like that, some of you can go along and, join us. It's just fun. It's just fun. No, there's no mystery sales of any kind of anything like that. So anyway. What have you got to say about
Yeah, I mean, check it out. We would love that, too, if you guys have any suggestions on, further kind of fun challenges we can do. But also, we would love you to share your recipes, too, because One of my favorite things to do in Orlando is to go through, if you go to an estate sale or go to a library where they have donated cookbooks, is I love reading the little handwritten notes inside it. Like when I always go stay at my mom's house, she's got all these cookbooks that we've had for years, for generations almost, that she got from her mother and her grandmother before her, that still has their little hand notes. And so,
the little notes and for a pinch of this. I mean, do you notice that there was never any actual measuring? Just a pinch of this and a pinch of that.
And sometimes you just see one recipe that says "not good" underlined twice. Just then flip the page.
Put it. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll be right back.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Have you heard about Vine to Bar chocolate? It's the winemaker's chocolate, the world's first chocolate made with well-vined Chardonnay marc from the beautiful coastal vineyards of North America. Gently pressed grapes are harvested after juicing, dried and finely milled and carefully blended into the finest dark chocolate. The Chardonnay marc contains highly beneficial grape nutrients, flavonols, and has a natural sweetness that flavors the luscious dark chocolate. Mouth-watering, flavorful, delectable dark chocolate goodness with Chardonnay sweetness and beneficial nutrients. And it's alcohol-free, too. It's Vine to Bar chocolate. Order some today at vinetobar.com. That's VINETOBAR.com. Cold shipped to your door, it's Vine to Bar. Vine to Bar chocolate. Visit us at vinetobar.com.
Alrighty, time sure flies when you're having fun. Anyway, at this very moment, we are in the process of posting all the trips that we've been talking about. It's taking a while because there was many hiccups with this COVID thing and the reopening of services and whatnot. Maybe I moved a little bit too quick on certain things, but anyway, we got it sorted out, and right now we are posting. So tomorrow, anybody who wants to learn more about the travel part of what we talk about here, you can go to luxtravel.buzz, or it'll also be posted in our show's website too. So it'll cross feed to the other website, and it's there. It's going to be fun. we're going to be populating more and more places to go to. And hey, I hope you join us on one of these trips, okay? So, what was I going to say? I forget. Michael, are you planning any travel?
I am. I'm planning to drive up the coast and to go to the wine country area where my sister and her nieces and my nieces and nephews live. Right now, actually, Orlando, my dad and my stepmom are on a cruise that originated out of Montreal.
Oh, wow.
That's going around the Great Lakes. So that seems like kind of fun too. But it seems like a lot of people out there are starting to travel.
Yeah.
And, I just recently saw that, certain airlines and Uber, for example, are starting to post profits again. And that means that people are starting to travel again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you want, a custom trip catered directly to your needs at great wholesale prices, make sure to check out Lux Travel Buzz.
That's it. It's the only place to go. Yeah. I guess Spirit Airlines is now part of JetBlue.
JetBlue and Spirit have merged. That's correct.
Yeah. That's always the case. I mean, like, there's, for some reason or another, all of a sudden there's going to be another airline popping up with better pricing and whatnot. But I hope that the situation with the pilots gets settled. Do you know that many of the airlines are asking Congress to talk to the FAA about raising the retirement age?
There's a mandatory retirement age, and there's a pilot shortage going on.
Because there's a pilot, there's a pilot shortage, and I mean, there are many pilots in their 70s who are still as able as always to take care of business and whatnot. But
there's no replacement for experience.
No, I always thought that there's a smart thing because, like, FedEx, DHL, UPS, Amazon, they have fleets and large fleets of cargo planes all over the place. And if what they're talking about is the feelings of the passengers when they see an older pilot and whatnot, why not give these pilots the chance to fly the cargo planes, and then they can bring those crews into the mainstream, I guess, and solve the problem that way. I mean, that's just me.
Look, folks, remember Sully Sullenberger, who saved all those lives on the Hudson with that water landing? He had to retire a year after that because of his age.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? If anybody out there wants to donate a jet to me, Little Deer, I mean,
I'll take one too, or an electric car for that matter.
It doesn't have to be brand new. I mean, we'll take it. All right, guys, have a really, really lovely rest of the afternoon. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.